game number 2 here as we go into the second game after a very I'd say standard game 1. But we got the same bands coming out for the first phase here.
These bands are huge. These bands are really huge. Limiting Tasuna on his hero pool is super big. I think Axe is a staple for this guy.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where if you can find the player who has a very stable hero pool, ban it out, and you force him off his comfort zone. That can be enough, you know, and take over the game for you here. So far, we do have the identical bans, and TTP will pick up the Snapfire. Okay, so not letting them try that combo again.
Interesting. This is I don't know about this hero. I think I do agree with you that it is coming up to popularity, but I can't tell why. Just seems a little too stationary for my liking.
Yeah, I think I don't think it's as good as a combo hero anymore. I think you more just pick it to let the Snapper have the utility of a good stun initiation combo. Has good damage, has a good damage ult, but you don't rely on the Snapfire as your source of damage or as your source of initiation. It just kind of augments it. And the problem that we saw last game was basically they were saying, all right, Snapfire, you're how we get kills with the Chronos, which isn't what you want.
Wow. Okay. So that's Talos' hero right there.
Oh man, I'm excited. I mean, these are Talos is a man after my own heart. My two favorite fours are Mirana and Ruben, so I'm excited to see him on this. He played great on the Rubik last game.
He did, yeah. He had a fantastic game. I think what we're going to see WSS go back to their roots. I think they're not going to try anything too crazy. I think they're going to play Comfort, and hope Comfort is enough to take this series to Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do, right? Is when all else fails, go back to playing your Dota. And that's the best Dota you can play, usually. Got a Sand King. Now, there's another hero that's been coming back. I like Sand King a lot. He feels very strong right now.
I think his Ags is super underrated. I think having a stun that can go basically across the map is huge, and adds the passive with it is massive. You basically don't build Blink on this hero, in my opinion, anymore. I mean, you can, but I think Ags with the stats and the extended stun range is massive.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see which direction they want to go. I'm assuming this is the Eggs hero at this stage. Let's see how he wants to build it up. Just that Veil's such a good item again. And whenever Veil's a good item, Sand King's kind of a good hero.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. You can still rush it, honestly. If you have Veil and Veil Max Sandstorm, no one can really lane against you. They can Sentry you, but they have to step into a Veil Sandstorm to kill you. So it's just huge. It's huge.
Yeah, it's real tough. Especially when the supports just get torn up by that Sandstorm. Even if you die, usually you'll get a kill or something out of it.
It is Radiant's ban.
Disruptor.
Ooh, alright. Disruptor is a very interesting hero in that you don't think of him as a lockdown. He's not a proper stun, but he's still amazing at controlling in these fights. Adds a lot of catch between Arrow and Glimpse. I don't know if TTP are going to be able to run away from WSS.
Yeah, this is it's interesting because both these heroes are so squishy. It's a squishy support duo, but they do provide a lot to their team. Moonlight Shadow, the Arrow, some Starstorm damage, and then you got obviously Disruptor ult, and Glimpse is an insane spell. So this game's gonna get interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'd like to see from WSS a bit of setup for the Mirana. Murano always feels weak unless you or it doesn't feel as strong unless you have that reliable setup. The classic I always go to is the Kunkka combo, which we did see Theseus play last game. That X arrow is always very powerful, but I mean you can do it with really any long form stun.
For sure.
Players turn to battle.
For sure. I doubt Tasuna's gonna play Underlord here. I really doubt it. I don't know really what else he plays besides Axe. So I think they're gonna pick his hero here. I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure what he's gonna pick.
As well, we get a much more traditional second phase set of bans here, other than the Tide Hunter. All 5 of these heroes, Anti-Mage, Lifestealer, Void, Sven, Spectre. You see them all banned all the time. Which means that the only real common hero that we see here left is the Aeroblade, if one team wishes to run it.
Yep, Terrorblade, Juggernaut. Agreed. Which I'd love to see a Terrorblade on TTP right now. You have so much frontline for him, so much engage for this Terrorblade and protection. They all jump on you. Wow, they pick it again. Okay.
There it is! The Kunkka combo with the Murano. The X into Arrow is such an easy combo to land, and it's basically the guaranteed 5-second stun. To the point where I think we may even see it as an off-lane Kunkka. Although that's less common nowadays.
They do run this hero offlane. They do run this hero offlane. That's a great observation. Tsuna does play this hero, so does Theseus as well. So it's gonna be interesting where they put it. I would think Tsuna would play this, honestly.
Yeah, it makes a lot of
Kunkka
sense. I mean, this basically forces TTP into a Juggernaut at this stage. Any other hero is probably just going to get killed by a 5-second arrow. It's such an easy combo that's so reliable that you kind of have to deal with it in the draft. It feels like
100%. What would you say would lane decent against Kunkka Murano?
Like I said, the Juggernaut's the carry that jumps to mind. Jakiro is not what I was thinking. For supports, you usually want someone really tanky, like an Ogre or an Undying, much as I dislike Undying. Jakiro, though, is really susceptible to this combo, and is almost certainly going to die if he gets hit by it.
For sure. And this is a lot of damage, though, for TTP, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially if Sankin goes this Veil build, this is a lot of damage.
Yeah,
a lot of long-range CC.
The one thing that Dire have going for them is that this is such a clear pipe game. All the damage right now is pretty much magical. So once you get a pipe, you've dealt with a lot of the damage that you see in front of you right now. So I'd like to see TTP spread out some more physical damage to their next picks, and they'll take the jug themselves. Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Like I was saying,
I like it. This is a really good jug game. As you said, both all of TTP's damage right now is magical, so
yeah. And the one thing is, like I said in the last game with Juggernaut, it's never a bad Juggernaut game. You're always okay to play Jug. So we're gonna see something interesting. And PA, that feels susceptible as well to me.
Yeah, I agree.
That's you'd think that you would be able to have the blink out to dodge stuff, but because the arrow's hitbox is so massive, you can just guaranteed get the stun, and then Kunkka doesn't care about evasion with the cleave.
I would say that once this PA gets BKB, these supports are getting destroyed in a couple shots.
Absolutely. We're gonna have to see. I mean, with Mirana, she's got a little bit of safety with that leap, but Disruptor is definitely going to need to get a Ghost Scepter this game, for certain.
100%, yeah. 100%. It's going to be interesting. These lanes are going to be super interesting. Another interesting game. Excited.
Yeah, definitely. And we're getting the mid bans out now, so we know that it's definitely going to be the two mids at this stage. I'm pretty sure. I'm really thinking this is the Kunkka 3 at this stage.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree, unless it's a super good mid matchup against for Kunkka. I would agree.
They're gonna have to pick something up here. To both do well in the game and be very reliable against the potential mid of WSS here. So I feel like they need maybe a bit more damage out of their mid. Possibly they have really good control already. Maybe we'd like to see something like Queen of Pain was banned, but in the same vein, maybe Alina. They'll take Magnus. Okay.
Magnus. It's just some nutty team fight.
Ooh,
And
counter
there it
the
goes.
Necro. I'm a big fan of the Necro here. Now, I'll have to see. It's a bit wild. No, it will be the Ghost Pepper Magnus. I was gonna say I have seen some mid snaps, which would be interesting. But we're not gonna get this game, and it is the Suna Kunkka. So I have to go in favor of Satyrs because I feel like this off lane is going to be terrifying for TTP this game.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, I just think TTP, they're on a high note. They just won. They got a Magnus PA, Sand King with a Snapfire, and then a Macro Pyre right on top of RP. I don't know. This game's on Ghost Pepper again, but I think he's up for the challenge. I'm gonna have to go TTP, opposite of you.
Well, that's good. That makes it more interesting. But I'm excited. I'm real excited. I haven't seen the Mirana Kunkka combo in a long time. And we'll have to see how it plays out. But on the flip side, so there is so much long range, long-term disable from TTP that it's definitely a little bit spooky.
100%. Yeah, this is it's gonna be a clash no matter what. This is not gonna be a 40-minute sleeper match like the last match we were in. This is gonna be a clash.
Shout out to TTP for having the synchronized death for all 5 in this pregame. You love to see that. The team play shining through already. See, so interestingly, Mirana has started with a Wraith Band, which is very unorthodox.
Extremely, yeah. This is it does give the armor though, but this is I don't know. This is Talus. Talus is plowing the hero. I'm gonna have to trust him.
Yeah, I mean maybe they want just a little bit of extra damage. We're gonna rely on the Kunkka for the setup. Oh wow, that's some spicy talk from Talus there. Good luck in game 3. Thinks this one's in the bag. That's one of those moments where when you're in a pub, you remember that, and if you're Radiant and you win at the end of the game, you just paste it back into chat as the Ancient Pulse.
Yeah, these teams have no blood lost.
Oh, they're both vying to stay in this. I think they're both gonna fight tooth and nail here. But I'm very excited. Real quick, as we start to get into the bounties, I want to take a quick look at the mid match because I don't think we're going to have time in the game. Magnus versus Necro. I feel like Necro just has a kind of natural advantage.
100%. Yeah, melee strength core Magnus. Necro should body this lane and hopefully take over the game from it. But I think Magnus can also jungle also, so we'll see if DCS adds the pressure.
Yeah. And it looks like we are going to have 3 bounties go the way of WSS here. So they do start off with the early advantage. Kunkka still hasn't decided what he's going to level here. I have to imagine likely going to be the level 1 Tidebringer, but we're going to definitely see the early point in X marks, I'm sure.
I think so, and see how much this Wraith Band does in this lane.
It's adding a lot of damage. This all-around good guy doesn't have a salve, so this damage is more permanent than he would probably like.
Good thing is neither does Talus, so the Talus did win that trade.
Yeah, absolutely. And this low health setup is going to be important once we start to get those points in the X marks. At probably, I'd have to imagine you go X before Torrent specifically for this combo.
Tower is in danger.
I would think so. Yep, I would think so. It's gonna be hard with the creeps though. I haven't seen this combo a lot, so I'm interested to see how they work it out.
Yeah, it's definitely one that you have to think about and play. This arrow almost connects. Meanwhile, up top, so far, Sand King doing Sand King things. Caustic Finale is such a nightmare for melee laners to deal with. Alex Duna has gotten the level 2 in the X mark, so they're looking for this combination. And all around good guy has to be very careful. The X mark could come out at any moment. And instead, they will just fire a blind arrow, which unfortunately doesn't connect. And already Necro 2. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say the ones you miss just builds up for the one you really hit on that hero, I think.
Absolutely.
So we'll see the mind games being
Oh, and
played.
his courier goes down, and Talus gives him the little leap away. Suna might actually try and turn this into a kill. The arrow is off cooldown. He'll just elect not to.
Yep, and
Cleave
DCS is
doesn't-
owning mid lane. 15 CS.
Oh. And I missed the first blood as the spin comes out from Jud. So suddenly that slight net worth lead doesn't, or that slight last hit lead doesn't matter nearly as much. Oh, the arrow does connect onto PA. He's going to take a lot of damage. The X mark is going to actually save Talus, not used to get the kill, but rather used to save his Mirana. Fortunately, they just don't quite have the damage. Possibly it's going to require that level 3, as I missed the Disruptor dropping. God,
He's actually maxing Caustic Finale. It's doing so much damage.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Jug has trouble coming up to lane because the caustic damage is just so high. When arrow connects onto Jakiro. We have another attempt here. It is level 3, so Suna does not have the option of the lift up. And actually, Carl is trying to go in himself, but the cleave from Suna will take him out. The X mark is there. Mirana doesn't have an arrow for 4 seconds, so it's likely not to connect. Suna goes for a cleave. No, it's on cooldown. We'll have to try now, and it won't quite connect.
Beautiful. Beautiful by Tsuna. That was beautiful.
Yeah, this man, both of these Konka players have just shown excellent proficiency with the cleave to get the kills. And Talus doing an excellent job of playing on the absolute edge of death, which is what you sometimes have to do on the 4.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage though. These right clicks are definitely not a friend of PA and Shakiro.
Yeah, they are very scary. Now, Tuna getting good damage into the creeps, getting himself some XP, but man, that slow from the Mother Ghost
Radiant's middle tower
makes him pretty susceptible. Decius, meanwhile, in the mid lane, just taking over. He's gonna have a free game as Ghost Pepper is very weak. Decius almost has level 6. He has to be careful.
Ghost Pepper actually just can't lane here. This is a tough one.
Forced to lead. Alice will get 2 bounty runes. And look at this from Herbo. Stopping Snow from getting away. The spin is probably going to be there. Doesn't actually get off in time. And I think... Ooh, he takes a big chunk. So he will be okay. Carl 2K, though. He's going on the Suna. Has to be a bit careful.
I'm sort of a fan of the no sandstorm build. It's showing me a lot of work right now. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, especially into these melee laners. Like, you basically just can't walk into the lane, or else he'll take a big chunk of damage. The arrow combo, though, will come out onto Jakiro, but they don't quite have the damage. Or do they? Talus tries to get the body blocks. All-around good guy has to be a little bit careful. There's nothing really available for Dire anymore, so they will just be forced to back off. Look at this, Snow is taking over the mid lane. But, oh no, they might catch Magnus. Talus is in the area, and he has an arrow available if he elects to toss it.
Oh, they
He
see him
does
with
not.
this
Yeah,
ward.
this smoke unfortunately pops, so they will not get the kill. Meanwhile, No Eggs dies. The one level in Sandstorm, not enough. As Profanity's getting off to a really good start this game. Despite the lack of last hits, that's 2 kills under his belt now.
Yeah, he's coming back after the game 1 performance. He's probably hyped up. He's probably hyped up, wanting to show everyone his stuff.
Yeah. He's not going to let that game be the indicator of how well he plays Dota. He's going to show up here in the second game and show us what he's capable of. Unfortunately, these combos haven't really been coming out from the bottom lane, which you hate to see. Although now,
Oh, there it goes.
they get the play onto
Oh,
the PA.
beautiful.
Level 2 Starstorm is powerful. And actually, I think Aron Good Guy has to be very careful. As Mirana has leaps and has a lot of damage.
Oh my god, the damage.
They'll take him out! That's the double! As soon as salving up, he's going to be able to remain in lane. A much better start for Dire this game than the previous.
Wow, that was beautiful. That was
Mid lane.
so well executed.
Theseus doesn't quite have the damage on the Snow, but he is chasing. And I think he
Okay.
will actually be able to get it with the skull that comes out. But now PA is trying to make the turn, and Theseus does have to be a bit careful. A nice push under tower by Ghost Pepper. Gambit, I don't think you're going to be able to walk out of this one. No, Eggs is here too. You are doomed. That is a very
That's
large
3 heroes.
rotation.
That's wow, yeah.
They do, however, slow down his performance as he was top of the net worth no longer. But all 3 cores for Dire leading this game as we go into the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, I think their game plan was to draft super strong lanes and sort of bulldoze their way into the mid game, and they're succeeding.
Absolutely.
Dire
And
middle tower.
Tuna's getting off to a really good start going for the Spirit Vessel build. I like it. They're more willing to commit to the early games fight this time, and now Eggs has to be careful himself. Already preemptively dusted, and he gets glimpsed back.
Oh, what a glimpse!
That's well timed, and he will get stuck in the trees there, and Sandstorm is there, but the dust is just now fading. Well, actually, I think he's going to survive as Profanity takes a lot of damage and is forced to remove himself.
Radiant
Meanwhile, though, Konka does go down very deep on the Radiant side of the map. Looking for the PA, doesn't quite get the kill. Look at this. Talus is just fighting Ghost Pepper. This is your pause 4 into your pause 2.
tower.
They just want to run. They just want to run in their jungle. I sort of like it.
Oh no. But now, what a leap from Talus to get out of that. I thought for sure he was going to get stunned, but no. He gets out. Just barely.
I'm sort of shocked. They ran into TTP's jungle and didn't put 1 ward, so they have no vision. But they have a lot of information though. I think they're gonna try to stop the stacks from last game.
Yeah, and fortunately, the combo not quite coming out. Seems like they've been struggling to get it off here, but Suna's gonna maybe try for a cleave. Dire did manage to get down a ward on this high ground here.
A doodle for the ages.
It's just hidden by the green obs, so I don't know
yep,
when
there.
they put that down. So they do have some vision, but nothing deep enough to really contest this Magnus, who is kind of freely farming the jungle. Man,
Yep, and this is the plus about the Magnus also. Even in a bad matchup, he still comes out with decent form.
Yeah. And all around good guys been doing a great job of not falling here to the Dire heroes, despite being alone. Drop a macro pyre.
Dire have fortified
to protect this tower. Doing a great job of playing this dead lane. As Snow is kind of turning into the mid laner. He's going for a fast Agnums himself.
I like it. Snow is an interesting player. He did this with ET, and I like it because it doesn't require Magnus to go blink, right? You just throw in your Magnus ERP, skewers back, and you sort of have a free team fight right there.
Yeah, it's a very good ability, very powerful. Man, Jug, he's gonna have such a fast MKB this game, and I think that's probably the timing window the WSS are looking for. They want to be able to fight into this PA without the worry of the evasion. They're gonna be able to get it.
I like it a lot.
Shakira's doing such an amazing job of holding this lane hostage. Dire unable to retreat out or until they get this tower. But now Tsuna has to be careful. Four Radiant Heroes coming for him, and he's a dead man. Shadows will not save him, as it was a little too late, unfortunately. I want to check real. The detection on the side of Radiant's not great. They have none. They do have to be a bit careful of this invisibility. Oh man, Carl2K might actually be in a bit of trouble. Bunka gets back up, he will have boat online.
DCS has an invis right on top of this Magnus here.
So he does. I think it'll be a hard kill though.
Yeah, he's trying to stay away from him so he doesn't get hit by Heartstopper.
Oh, they're gonna go, and with the ultimate from the Jug, it will be enough. And Snow is trying to do something, but will not be able to. Theseus, though, he might have stayed a bit too long, as he will now take a lot of damage and will not have the chance to get the heal for himself. That was a interesting chase, so close to those towers. And I guess it's a mid for a mid, so it's not the worst. And meanwhile, Dire will take the bottom tier one.
Yeah, I think Theseus just got a little cocky there. A little cocky. Hey, it's just a support. And then 3 heroes show up and you're dead.
Well, that's how it is sometimes on Necro. The hero feels so tanky that you forget that, especially in this early game, you are still very burstable.
Sure. He did set up a perfect kill for Jug, though, so I can't be too mad about it.
It evens out. CPA is going straight for the Deso, relying on the Empower from the Magnus. Not at all a bad decision here. Alice is, unfortunately, pretty poor here. Only has the brown boots. Well, does have 1,000 gold to work with as well. Maybe like to see him build this into a Yule Scepter. Actually, all-around good guy. The X mark is there. The Torrent, the Arrow, and that's the damage that you want to see, although it still may not be enough. Talus is forced to pop the Starstorm, get the kill, and they will secure it. And Jakiro, he does have the raindrop, so that arrow did basically no damage.
Yep, I saw that. I was wondering what got delayed there. Oh man,
now we have a boat.
Committing.
I think Snow is very much in danger here. Theseus does have the Reaper's Scythe, but he may not be able to get it off. As actually he will onto the Sand King, and it'll connect.
Wow.
And now they'll get a mid tower. And WSS, they've just really opened this game up, winning this fight without the Jug, who's still doing an excellent job of itemizing into this MKB. We'll have the Demon Edge now.
They're playing really scrappy Dota, and I don't think TTP is used to it.
Yeah. This rotation from them just going immediately into the enemy jungle, as now Kunkka has the Spirit Vessel completed with 2 charges already on it. PA has to be careful, as Talus will catch him out. This will pop his smoke. And they know now, Carl2K is in a lot of trouble. The X mark comes in, the arrow flying, does manage to connect. The glimpse isn't there, or the jump out isn't there, excuse me. Now tries to get it off, but it's not going to be enough, as he will fall to the Heartstopper, I do believe.
They're playing really well on WSS right now.
Yeah.
Super glad to see it.
And again, getting this all done without the Jug. The Jug is the silent killer here, as he is soon going to be that hard PA counter. Only about 1,000 gold away now. A little bit less than that. Suna has just decided that this PA is not going to have any game and is going for the Heaven's Halberd. Now, PA is definitely one of those heroes that I think more of as a Heaven's Halberd than the Spectre from last game, so I'm definitely a fan of this itemization.
100%.
And Radiant have a very good ward to stop this, and they may be able to get a tier 1 tower here, but have to be careful. The TPs are available, and Dire may just be willing to trade this out for a tier 2.
Yep, and Theseus actually has a Radiance queued up, so we'll see if he decides to actually go it.
Oh, the arrow connects Jakiro! He's definitely going to go down here, I do imagine, as Theseus comes in. Is he going to drop the Reaper's Scythe? No, decides that Jakiro's not worth it. Now Radiant do get a Fortify, but I don't think Dire's looking to stop anytime soon. I think they're more than willing to just take the next wave. And with this early tier 2, that means they're probably going to have both outposts secured. Radiant's here to contest. Look at this, though. Actually, Theseus is going in a little bit deep. Has to be a little bit careful. The arrow connects with the magnets. It is beautiful. And Theseus is stuck. And actually, he gets pushed up by the torrent. So he's not going to get anything off, and he will just fall. It interrupts the Epi channel.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, wow. Just like that, now, suddenly, Dire in a position to push. They have more teamfight. Carl has to be careful. He gets hit with a 5-second arrow. Is there going to be follow-up, though? He is very deep. Doesn't look like they're looking to fight that. Not wanting to push their lead too far. But now they pop the Vanish. Now they look for the wraparound. Now it could be dangerous. Asuna gets an X mark. The Torrent comes in. The arrow as well. He is definitely going to go down here. Not a doubt in my mind. As Ghost Pepper, though, if he has the RP, maybe he'll be able to save. A big boat comes in, preventing Ghost. Ghost, though, does go in, but gets silenced. Not able to hit the RP. And now it's a dodge. They do manage to get Theseus, and I think he is going to go down here. Indeed, he will. But Magnus will drop, and now Carl 2K has to be very careful. 8 seconds, so there's not a risk of an X, but it doesn't matter if Talus just hits the arrow. And now Snow is going to desperately try and deep push, but he has to be careful himself. And what a beautiful ultimate from the Disruptor.
Yeah, that was Urbo's playing out of his mind right now. And I like just you have to imagine how it feels to lose these fights without even their card carry here. Jug's just farming.
Oh my goodness. And then the arrow combination with the boat. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a kill out of it here. Snow is very tanky. Oh, no, never mind. Not tanky enough to survive the Star Storm. But Suna, I believe, will get out. The Blink Dagger on cooldown for 9 seconds. No stun for 3. He gets out. And it feels like WSS are just styling this game.
Yeah. TTP just lost.
Talus just dodged both the abilities of the Magnus. Just by walking away. Now, Doug has the MKB. He's going Aghanims. And they still don't need him.
It is a dream WSS game. I think they love it when teams are sort of lost. And I think TTP is looking pretty lost right now.
Yeah, they're
oh, the arrows. Oh my goodness.
Talus, what a hero play. Don't do it to him, Theseus. Don't drop the Reaper's Scythe on him. It's not worth it. He won't. And 3 bounties will go the way of the Dire, but they didn't get the outpost. So that at least is a bit of a consolation for TTP. This feels so dangerous. Snapfire still 1,000 gold away from the Aghanims. Feels like they haven't gotten any items in a while. They are going to find Theseus. Theseus is doing a good job of staying alive. An excellent ult from the Disruptor to prevent anything further from happening. Now look at this Dire. They show no fear. They're just going to keep going back into this. The X mark is available. Sentries are down, so it's going to be hard. for Dire to catch a kill here. Oh, but
Oh
the X
my.
comes out. The boat. Nope, not even the boat. Epicenter, though, being channeled. The Blink is going to come in. A good stun on the Theseus. He's going to take a lot of damage, and actually, he will just drop immediately. Suna as well, taking a lot of damage. Turns for the Halberd, but pulled back into the Jakiro ultimate, and that will be him down. A very good fight for the Radiant. But, oh, actually, it's not quite over, as Turbo trying to get out. Oh, the glimpse. That actually might be enough to prevent Carl from getting in. He will toss a dagger. And suddenly it looks more doable as Egg comes in. And now Talus has to be careful. He'll leap away, though. What I was going to say is this whole time, though, Juggernaut did get a tier 2 in the top lane. And this was another fight without the hard carry.
He almost has Zags too. I think this is almost Jug unstoppable mode right here.
And I'm surprised on the side of Dire. I mean, Jug is definitely feeling unstoppable. Necro still committing to this Radiance. It feels a bit late to me. I'd much rather see him pivot into like a BKB at this stage. Just to prevent that chain stun.
All he has to do is stay alive. I don't think he has to really do damage. His Jug's huge.
Don't know. Magnus might actually get caught out soon. It has range for the X mark. Is Talus going to toss a blind arrow here? No, the glimpse doesn't come out onto anything. Eggs was already there, and they're going to be forced to give up the chase, it seems. Man, look at this Jug farming away. 400
He just
gold.
committed. He just bought the relic, so he is fully committed to this either Divine Rapier or Radiance.
I do believe we are going to see the Radiance. I would be shocked. Unless his plan is to die and give the Rapier to the PA so that Jug can kill the PA and get the Rapier for himself.
It's like the next level BM.
Yeah. It's the biggest brain maneuver, but I don't think we're going to see it. Jug 50 gold away from his Aghanims. When do we see him fight? It's got to be coming.
100% soon. I think I give one more losing fight, and I think his team's gonna tell him he has to head over.
Oh, gotcha. So it's not even a matter of when he wants to fight. He's just farming until his team forces him to come. I see. We do have a smoke from Radiant, so that may happen sooner than we anticipate, but it's going to be Urbo that gets caught. Actually, it looks like they might catch the Kunkka as well with a beautiful RP. This is looking very bad for Dire indeed. The glimpse, unfortunately, just wasn't in time. Suna will fall as well. All right, here it comes. We're gonna predict their comms. They're saying, "All right, Jug, you've had your fun, but now you got to fight with us."
I think that's how it's exactly going. I think that was a beautiful fight though from TTP. Beautiful fight.
And they're, since it's right next to the Roche pit, they're gonna get that too. That's exactly what you want if you're on the side of Radiant. That's going to be an Aegis on the PA. But I'm not certain if the Aegis on the PA is really going to be a game changer here. I feel like if you killed the PA once, you're not going to have issues killing the PA twice.
Agreed. Yeah, well, especially with this this Jug Ags, right?
Yeah.
The cooldown on it is only 15 seconds, so he'll have that up again to kill her with.
Going for the next item, Basher. Now he's going to group up with his team. It might be actually a smoke play. I wonder if they feel powerful enough to take a fight into an Aegis.
wow.
They'll smoke up. They have no
They're
fear.
going.
Unfortunately, they don't catch the Jug in it. It looks like they're looking for something here.
They
There's
do
long.
see Egg's top lane, so I think they feel a little bit safe.
And they
Good
found
guy.
the Jakiro. That is a very dead man. And actually, look at this. Sand King's decided to come in. And that could be dangerous, as with the Radiance. Actually, now that I see it, the Radiance is going to be very good at preventing the Sand King from using his Blink Dagger. So maybe that's the thought process behind it, is to force them to not be able to rely on the Sand King Blink as much, because he has been doing work on the hero.
I could get with that for sure. I'm curious though. I think I'd rather see a Blade Mail come out from DCs instead of a Greaves. I'm a fan of the Greaves. But maybe like Blade Mail BKB and just go full offensive.
That.
Oh
The
my.
Magnus gets a 2-man RP. It is huge with the pushback, but The counter from Urbo does come out. Juggernaut has to be very careful. He does have a lot of damage available, and he will pop the Omni Slash. Carl 2K, though, manages to leap out of it. Will drop, though, maybe 1 HP. Yes, it will pop, and with the Reaper Sight, they will take out the Sand King dead for 77 seconds. Now, though, they have to try and turn onto the PA. The X mark is there. She's going to lift it up, but the Juggernaut's not there, and he's their primary source of damage against her. But they do have quite a bit of magic. Going to be hard, and it looks like Carl 2K will drop. Meanwhile, Juggernaut gets stunned up as he goes aggressive. Hits him once with the Swift Slash, and actually just gets sent in deeper, and he's kind of okay with it. The buyback now coming out, but he manages to spin, so he's not going to get caught just yet. And overall,
that was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, actually.
It was such a good combination of plays from both teams. You had the spit into the Blink RP pushback, but then you had the beautiful ult from the Disruptor. Just all over. Good fight for both of them. I think, though, you're happy if you're on Radiant, because you forced some buybacks, you got the tier 2, and that was a fight into an Aegis.
Yep. I think WSS is just a little too strong. I think this Jug farmed a little too long for TTP to come back, but maybe they will. Yeah. This Skull Basher is huge, though. Once he gets this, I think they're peaking.
Yeah, and it's probably going to come at a similar time to Tsuna's Aghanim Scepter, another big team fight. Man, this Snow Magnums, it feels good as an initiation tool for sure, but it feels like that's really all that he is, you know? Usually I'm used to seeing more of like the mech build-up from this hero, to provide a bit more in-fight utility. But this game, he's just a Blink Dagger for his team. And obviously the ultimate.
For sure, yeah. And since he went his Aghanim, he hasn't got his ult off. I don't think he got his ult off that fight. I didn't see it. Maybe he did.
I think he got dove on pretty hard.
Gotcha, okay. Yeah, that was... His AD2l, hopefully it helps him.
Yeah. Talus has a Yule Scepter, which is a pretty good item for Moran. Basher complete. Reeve's almost done for Necro, and it looks like they want to smoke up. They want to go. The only hero to find is the Magnus, which would be a very big kill if they could acquire it. Ghost Pepper is going to farm very quick and probably get out very quick. As he goes deeper into the jungle, though, he's going to get caught out. The X mark doesn't connect. He manages to get the blink. He manages to get the skewer. He will survive by the skin of his teeth.
I was really, really shocked they didn't Moonlight Shadow to cover that smoke, but they may know something I don't.
Oh, but they will find this ward, so it's not all lost. This PA trying to farm up to that BKB. Will be a big item for her, but the Juggernaut right now is just far more powerful, and he does not care about the BKB.
Yeah, he is hitting like a truck and a half right now. Really curious if this Kunku will go silver, or not silver edge, solar crest. It looks like he won't though.
Yeah, right now he's going for that Aghanims, which I think is definitely a very good pickup. Honestly, just for the value alone, that it makes the game so much harder for Sand King. Because if you're Sand King playing into this and he has that Aghanims, you can't be anywhere in the range of it, or else you risk your epicenter being disrupted.
Exactly, for sure.
So just by fear alone, it's a powerful item. Dire.
See how they defend this mid tower.
Dire playing kind of the old style, taking over the jungle. I'd like to see them move into the triangle instead if they can here. Maybe get a bit more that way, as that arrow almost connects with eggs. So dangerous. But at least PA is free to farm. Actually, has the BKB now going for the Basher. So he will have a Basher of his own very soon. Now, though, it's Theseus with a good X mark to set him up. Maybe. Nope. Snow will just eat him up, and I don't even think he's going to send him. That does put that big initiation tool on to cooldown.
One CD up. I don't know if they saw that though. I don't know if they saw that on Dire. I don't know if they know.
Yeah, I'm unsure as well. And man, this is the issue: is if Dire are taking over this triangle, they can just cut off this PA right now. It's actually no eggs goes in, but he takes quite a bit of damage here. The glimpse will do nothing. The arrow though might connect with Jakiro. No, just gets dodged out. Man, look at this play from Turbo. He's getting so many of these wards denied. But this whole time, PA is pushing herself. That's
The amount of
that's what you wanna
sentries they
see.
have here is incredible. Oh, one shot on the courier too. That would have been skull sure.
Oh no. Sekiro, though, will use himself, and that will do nothing. And now Radiant may be looking to go in, but Eggs has been caught with the dust. And now PA gets
just
sent
threw
in.
PA in.
Theseus has to be a little bit careful, but no, Dire will back off and lose nothing. So a couple of ultimates used, as now it's Magnus, the one that's going to get pulled back, but he blinks out. But he gets arrowed anyways. And I'll say, I think if you're on the side of Dire here, if you're this Kunkka, let the arrow come in first.
Yep.
And
then
follow
X.
it up. You don't have to worry. Well, X and then let the arrow be the stun. Don't worry about comboing with torrents. As actually, he's in a bit deep. The pushback is good on the Theseus, but he manages to get the Ghost Route off. Does get stunned up, and that's actually a really good ult from the Disruptor. Juggernaut comes in, doing a lot of damage, but I think he's going to bounce the creeps here. Indeed, he will. Sand King falls, immediately buys back, but now with the big arrow into Jakiro, I think Jakiro may actually just fall to the boat. He has to be very careful. Does manage to walk out of it, but now PA's in the spot of bother. The RP is good. Onto the Juggernaut. Catches him out. Juggernaut doesn't have the Swift Slash, and
beautiful.
he will drop. Now it's Tsuna to also fall. And now Dire has to enter full retreat mode. A glimpse is good, but unfortunately it's not going to stop Eggs, who is the big stun. Mirana as well has to try and TP. Will get out, but that was a very good fight for Radiant.
Carl's playing these fights extremely well. He knows exactly when to come in, when to not come in. And sadly the Omni Slash sort of missed. Hit some creeps there.
Yeah, just the unfortunate timing as the creeps walk out of the base. Now Radiant, they taste blood in the water, and Dire, they don't have any buybacks on their cores. So this might actually, I think it will turn into a lane of reps for TTP.
Well, they go high ground. Interesting choice
I
they
feel
have
like
here.
I feel like they should, even if they think these heroes have buybacks. You always kind of want to force out the buybacks if able, but no. Instead, they make the line for the Roshan, and that is where they will go. Wonder if they're gonna have enough time. If Dire move quick, they'll be able to intercept it, but they might not be sure about what's happening. Now they are. Roshan is falling kind of quickly, but I do think Radiant will get the kill on it before Dire are able to arrive. However, they may actually just lose the Jakiro in the process. They see the Roche. They see how low it is. They will take out Jakiro. So they're already a hero down in this fight. Eggs, though, has gone. What a glimpse to stop him.
Yeah.
And now they'll lose out on the Snow as well. There is no way that he's going to get out. Even with that leap, I was sure the damage would be enough, but he actually had the wand charge, which wasn't enough to save him. But now, though, he will fall due to that. He manages to save Eggs, though. Maybe. No, Eggs is... Oh, he's on the low ground, but no, he will fall here. What an attempted save. Actually, he's trying to get out. No, he's going to get glimpsed back into it. This is definitely his death. So, a costly Aegis for the side of Radiant. As that's a full Abyssal for Profanity, who doesn't believe in buyback.
Yep, and 90 seconds down on Sand King. This is sort of a small window. Forces Radiant's a really bad fight. This
is definitely a good timing window for them. The Magnus also just short of buyback himself. A few last hits will get it for him, but look at this. Profanity will walk up to the high ground, now backing off, realizing it's probably not worth the risk at this stage. You force the buyback. Let the Aegis expire. Man. Profanity is still doing just a fantastic job of keeping himself ahead in farm. PA, though, starting to catch up.
Yeah, I'm sort of curious what item he's gonna go here. I think Satanic's good. I think Scotty's pretty good.
Those are the two that come to mind. Possibly he may look to disassemble the Morbid Mask into a Butterfly Satanic. I think would be the most logical decision here. As Kunkka finishes his Zags. The fact that... Alright, Kunkka now queues up the BKB. And I think this is definitely important because these heroes need the BKBs pretty bad. And Necro's going for an Aghanims. I do not remember what Necro Aghanims does.
So Necroaghanim's, the cooldown of Ghost Shroud is reduced.
Gotcha, okay. I know it used to make his ultimate ridiculous, but I feel like it's kind of a non-item. Or at least you don't see many Necros picking it up.
Yeah, I don't know about it this game, because they do have 3 magic dealing heroes.
What a dodge from Talus. This is actually going to be an arrow. Magnus is here, but he's not able to blink himself. And now he's going to get lifted up. He's going to get boated. Does pop the BKB, but he's just getting juked out. And this is his long BKB, a 10-second. He will manage to get the RP onto the Juggernaut. Juggernaut does have to be very careful. He's getting chain locked, but he does have the ultimate. The Abyssal comes out. He has to be so careful, but he does manage to get the Omni Slash off. He will survive meanwhile. He will actually take out both the Sand King and the PA. And now he's trying to run away on the Magnet, so it's not going to matter. And the Swift Slash will come out from the Jug. That's 2 heroes dead. PA trying to get something out of this, but what a beautiful Yules from Talus, and that's going to be a dead PA. None of them have buyback, and I do think that is going to be the game. And I'll tell you, the one thing I've been seeing a lot in the games I've been casting recently is these teams just not saving buybacks.
This is huge. This was beautifully done by the Prodigy Profanity.
Yeah, and now they're pretty set up to do whatever they want. At this stage, I think they're trying to force buybacks, but those buybacks aren't there, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, that is, I wonder what this will, I think 2 lanes are actually may just run top too.
Yeah, I think that's probably the play. You don't know that the PA doesn't have buyback, so as I always say, if you don't know if they have buyback, always assume they do. Running under the tier 4s is maybe a little bit too risky at this stage, so actually... they're just going to take that, and then they're probably going to back off. They're not going to be able to take the tier 2, so just 1 lane of Rex.
Play it safe. I like that also.
Yeah, a bit sooner on the back than I maybe would have anticipated. The general rule is always about 20 seconds in my book, but they don't know that the PA does not have buyback again, so they have to attempt to make a play. Or decide.
No, Ghost Pepper.
Yeah.
Oh, he has to BKB? That's a 9-second BKB right there.
That is a long duration where you are basically unable to fight. He'll take this tier 2, the last remaining outer tower. Now map is secured. WSS, oh, that arrow almost connected too.
And if you force Carl to BKB there, that's massive. So
Absolutely.
huge.
He still does have the cheese, but it's going to be hard for him to get it off with all the bashes. Now, look at this Dire have just taken over this triangle. Let's see here. The Aghanims is coming out for Urbo, and that is an important pickup. Because that means that the BKB is not enough for PA. It has to be a preemptive BKB.
Yeah, this is this game just got really hard for TTP. Really, really hard.
Also, someone needs to tell Talus to buy an item.
Oh yeah, oh my god, he has 6k gold.
He's sitting on 6k gold. Buy a Travels or something. Like, there's something you can buy here.
I sort of want to see him get AC or something.
Yeah, AC would be good too. An Aghanims for extra damage. Even just possibly like a Lotus Orb or a Solar Crest. No?
Oh, wow.
Your item build... Oh, Kunkka. Tuna. He will drop. That's unfortunate. Oh, and there's the Torrents. Now, he does also have the increased Torrent AoE, so it's even more powerful. But yeah, like, please, Talus, buy something. He's sending teleport scrolls to himself.
Oh, Scythe. Sides on Scythe.
That
There
is
it
a
goes.
good choice, and he will pick it up in its entirety. Spent all 6,000 gold, no buyback. And I'm actually just staying on the buyback screen at this stage because I have a feeling it's more important than the net worth at this stage. Just seeing what the buybacks are looking like. So Dire do have buyback on their cores now, both the Juggernaut and the Kunkka. And it looks like Juggernaut is going to go into that Butterfly here. A wise build-up, say.
Agreed. Agreed.
Eggs! Almost gets arrowed. Jukes out just the correct way. Probably not going to try anything until next Roche, if I say so myself. I think they're going to wait for it, get the cheese, and either the Aghanims or the Refresher. And I think this game, you're okay with either. The Aghanims would probably go over to, I'd have to imagine, the Mirana. Given that she is the only one that doesn't have an Aghanims.
Yeah.
So you probably do want the Refresher more.
I think so, and then a refresher for Disruptor would be pretty massive. Also for Jug, huge. Kunkka also pretty good, so we'll see what they decide to give it to.
And looking at the Roshan, it is a pretty fast timer, only 30 seconds, so will be available quite quickly here.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Poor Carl. The issue that I see him having in this game, or a lot of it at least, is the fact that he didn't go for the Battle Fury build-up because he has the Magnus, but that leads to situations like this where he can't really farm, and he is going for a Divine Rapier. He's making the decision, and I like this. Obviously high risk, but it's that stage of the game. Roche is up. It is an Aghanims. I think that's not what you want for Dire, but definitely what you'd want if you were Radiant. So a bit of unfortunate RNG, but I don't think they're going to complain. They're going to put it onto the Mirana. Or even, I mean, I doubt they'll do it, but they may even put it onto one of their cores to free up a slot. However, I don't think that's likely. None of them are really that slot restricted right now.
Yeah, this is bad, very bad luck if you're PA. She can't one-shot the creep wave.
Yeah,
At
it's rough.
43 minutes.
So, okay, the Aghanims is on the floor. I have to imagine they're going to give it to this Mirana. They're just leaving it. Kunkka takes it. Nope.
They just took it.
Kunkka decides he wants the Aghanim's blessing, and then he's going to sell his own Aghanims. And if you're Talus, maybe you're a little upset about that. Just a bit. No,
Wait,
just...
I don't think he meant to take it.
Oh, you think he meant to backpack it and accidentally
He meant to backpack it, and he took it.
No. What an unfortunate chain of events. As now Talus will be extra salty, I'm sure. But he didn't tip the Kunkka. So, can't be that mad. So we now do get into a high ground push here. Eating just with the Illusionist Cape. Actually, that Prince's Knife on Snow. Snow, he's doing it. He's electing to go for a damage build. 4 levels away from it coming online. About 4 and a bit. It's not bad at all. This arrow only hits a siege creep. Fortunately, these high ground arrows are a little tough. And look at this. Jug has a Moon Shard instead of the Butterfly. Now, Radiant do have 4 buybacks. The Snows will come online pretty quick as well. So, I think we'll see a full fight here. Look at DC just walks up with the Ghost Shroud. Gets used up though. He's going to get Ice Path. This could actually be a little bit dangerous, but no. Vanity decides that he's going to lead up. The arrow won't connect. Ooh. But it was close, and now no eggs. No comma eggs, excuse me. Is going to be in a bit of a dangerous situation as Theseus is there. He's going to put down the Reaper Sight. It's not going to be enough damage on his own, but with 2 quick strikes from the Juggernaut, he will fall. The Macro Power has been put down onto the ground. And now, Dyer's in a good position to keep pushing. Profanity obviously still has that Aegis, and they're starting to take over the high ground with that tower down. Talus, though, takes a big chunk of damage, but Carl2K, he decides to go in, and that's a risky proposition. As, oh no, Juggernaut taking a lot of damage. Of course, he still does have the Aegis. Meanwhile, on the backline, the supports are annihilated by the PA. Juggernaut's Aegis is forced out as it will come back online. Now it will immediately get RP'd. Beautiful timing, but the Ghost ships, they're actually not going to come in quite enough. And Jug, counter, stun, but he's going to be able to walk out. He's still pretty healthy. Suna will take out the melee racks, and now Dyer's in full retreat, except for Theseus. Look at this man. He's going for the Sand King, and if he gets the kill, it will probably be worth it, since that is an Aegis. And meanwhile, both of Talus and Urbo have bought back, so they want to come back into this fight. Radiant are trying to look for something, but now Profanity's walking back up onto the high ground here. Snow being pulled back, being lifted up by the Torrent,
so
has to be
heals.
careful, and
My
the Swift
God.
comes out. No, Carl2K is trying to get the dieback, but it's not quite going to work out just yet. The Hex is there, the Disarm as well. Jug is spinning around, and he will get the kill. Magnus to fall next.
Rampage?
3 buybacks.
I know Theseus wants it.
It's still not over. Dyer, you still have to be careful. Profanity's going in for Snow. Don't go too deep. Don't throw this game away. They'll take out Snow. He'll get the Rampage, but at the cost of his life as he's pushed him on the high ground. No, he manages to Swift Slash out. The smoke comes out. They're going to try and back off now. They're going to take their luck. They came so close to Jug dying, and they're going to be able to get out. They haven't lost any cores yet. And it looks like they may commit for the final lane. 120 seconds, no snap. 50, no Sand King. The Torrent combo comes out onto the PA. PA forced to run away, but very healthy at the moment. The Disarm comes out, so no real attempts are going to be able to come through. The pushback tries to go through, gets hexed, but misses anyways. Tower is fallen. Now it's 2 racks away from the Mega Creeps. Carl2K on the sidelines is smoked up with that a passive smoke. But no, Juggernaut's gone in on the bottom line onto Ghost Pepper, but Ghost Pepper manages to BKB walk out. He will survive. Meanwhile, the PA up top does manage to take out the Disruptor, but now her life is in danger as the first hit bash comes out, but she manages to use the Abyssal Blade to get out, then jumps out to the Jakiro, but no, the cheese is the Swift Slash not enough. Profanity, though, he's going to take out Jakiro. No, the Yules come out. The arrow isn't going to connect, but surely this is the death of Jakiro. But the heroes for Radiant, they're coming back online. The Sand King's here. He might be able to do something. They're doing an excellent job of delaying this game. They're trying to get the last, and what a beautiful RP. The pushback. Now, though, PA is here. Going to be able to get a lot of damage, but the ultimate from Suna comes out. It hasn't hit anyone just yet. The Omni, no, it's a Swift Slash comes out, and they take out the PA, and they take out the Magnus, and GG is called, and what a crazy final fight to end with the Reaper Sight.
Talus saying good luck in game 3. Wow.
That was, I mean, he knew. He knew something we didn't. He knew,
Incredible.
Oh, what a game. What a final, long fight. I love those fights and I hate them, I'll tell you what. I love them because they're so exciting. I hate them because I have to try not to die of lack of oxygen.
That was truly amazing. What a performance from both teams there.
Yeah, man. It's magical to watch those games, man. Both of the teams played it exceptionally well. They both fought really well. Fought hard! And now, though, WSS has secured themselves a Game 3 here. So we're gonna see that